What a rush is today on the channel. We deep dive into Jack's Class Superstars Series 6 with the one-man gang in the Legion of Doom.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today we are here at Series 6 with Hawk, Animal, the Legion of Doom, and the one-man gang. But remember, for all your wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And of course, we've been doing Jack's videos for well over 2 years here on the channel every single Tuesday, a Tuesday tradition. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the old notification bell as I always say. And today, we've got a special set. We did Series 5, obviously, before. But Series 6, they gained some figures. Wrestling got a little crazy in the Classic Superstars line as we got more wrestlers per series than the previous lines. As I was telling you how successful the line was, and this line was on a roll, I guess you'd say, for lack of better terms. But today we're looking at the LOD and the one-man gang, and we usually unbox these. We pepper in a few loose ones. Well, these three I already have loose in my collection, so we won't have to unbox these today, but we will show the loose ones through the magic of YouTube. We'll just pretend like we unboxed it or something like that. But without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the loose figure and see where it goes from there. How about, there you go. We'll switch it up a little bit. But today, here is Hawk. Yes, Hawk. LOD's finest. All Hawk and Animal, of course. Road Warriors, LOD, Brothers in Paint. You guys know I'm here for this all day long. And a lot of people would say the red is the most iconic Legion of Doom. Some people say the Road Warriors black, but I've always really liked the blue attire they had here. Of course, I more put this with WCW Road Warriors Legion of Doom. You know, after they came back a little bit later on, when they got back together, they wore this blue. I don't know if they ever wore the blue in the WWF. I don't think they did. I think they wore this in Japan and WCW, but I always loved this, the way it looks here. And they do come with the tag team title belt, so maybe they did wear it in the WWF just briefly, but the red is what they're remembered for in the WWF, of course. But just absolutely fabulous figures here. Of course, Series 1 of the tag teams, which we'll unbox down the road, that's what this is. It is a repaint of that, a simple repaint in the blue and black attack, where it was the red and black attack before, of course. But there it is right there. There's Hawk, Classic Superstars, all that fun stuff. On the side, Hawk, of course. Glamour shot on that side of old Hawk, looking good. And then the back of the package, look at that. There's old Hawk. There's the huge cross-sell down below. We'll be talking about all of these over the next couple of weeks, so make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell. And join up on the Patreon. If you're all into Jack's Class Superstars, you can get months, literally months ahead on videos over there on the Patreon. Link in the description below, as I always say. But you got the cross-sell, UPCs, warnings, all that kind of fun stuff. Then we got Hawk on the back and the blurb. Let's see what it says about our old buddy Hawk here. Debuted 1983, 277 pounds, 6'3", finishing move, the Doomsday Device. Titles, WWE Tag Team Champion. Favorite quote? What a rush. Of course it is. And Hawk was just something special, something special. A time it's just never going to be like that again with the LOD and what they did. You know, if the LOD came out today, probably people would just be like, oh, what is this? This is dumb. This is stupid. I just think things have changed. And it's sad because, man, I need a modern day LOD, something like that. But I just don't see it happening. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky one of these days. And, of course, through the magic of YouTube, bam, I unboxed it. It's like a magic trick. I'm like a young David Copperfield. But there it is. There's Hawk out. Now, let's break down the accessories first. Of course, the tag team titles. We've seen those a million times. Jack's not the best titles at this time frame, as we know. But what they did do an awesome job here is the softer plastic. It's not a hard plastic. It's a soft plastic. You can move it around, things like that. But the shoulder pads and spikes just look absolutely phenomenal here. Black spikes throughout. The blue really does pop against the black. Of course, you got the ties right there. Just absolutely awesome. Of course, they reuse this with Animal, like, it makes sense. So why wouldn't you get the most out of your molds, of course. But then you get the Hawk figure, and it's great. You can pull it off, leave it on. It's not like the Hasbro days where they were stuck onto them. You can take it off. And Jack's always did a good job of that, going all the way back to the Bone Cruncher days, as maybe you guys know. But very, very good Hawk figure. You give me this head all day long, you know this is Hawk. And I love the tongue out. Now, Majority of wrestling figures that come out, I don't like it when people have their tongue out. We talked about Matt Cardona's Super 7 figure, Ultimate Edition, not too long ago. It had one of the heads with the tongue out. I know he does that in his entrance and stuff. I just think it looks terrible on toys most of the time, and that's my least favorite head of the ones Cardona had. But for Hawk, it just works, especially in this pose. I mean, I just can picture him up on that second rope, giving the, doing all that thing. Man, just awesome. I absolutely love this. You got the black and red face paint going on, beautiful eyes, and the tongue looks really good too, because, oh man, I'm an aficionado on Hawk's tongue, let me tell you. You got kind of the double mohawk going on right there. I always loved that Hawk and Animal. It was like if you pounded their heads together, you'd have a full head of hair. But just really, really cool on Hawk. And talk about loyalty to the craft. To walk around with that haircut for all those years, man, you got to give it up right there for sure. Articulation, I'll walk through it on this one, so we don't have to do it on the other three because they're all the exact same. Shoulders go around, of course. You do got a bicep cut. Single jointed elbows. Wrist, side to side, up and down, all that. So you get tons of wrist work you need. Waist articulation side to side. You do get the legs that go up pretty far for these guys, actually. And then back just as far. Single jointed knees once again, and then ankles up and down, and that's it. And that's really all you need, if you ask me. I really do like these. These still hold up to me. Still one of the greatest Road Warrior figures of all time is this Hawk and Animal. Just looks stunning in the blue. We know Mattel gave us one later on in a battle pack, but if there's ever a way we could get LOD figures again, maybe it's Mattel, maybe it's Storm Collectibles. That's what I would like to see. I think they could do justice to some of these big dudes. But get us LOD in the black, the red, the blue. Let's do them all over again. I'm fine with that totally. Let's hammer out as many LOD figures as we possibly can. All day long, I'm buying all LOD things. All right, so there is Hawk. Now let's turn it over to Animal, of course. Little Animal, Hawk. You can't have the Animal without the Hawk, unless you got the Power Warrior, I guess. But there he is, looking very similar, but of course different in the package here. Animal. Glamour shot, there he is, and then the back of the package, of course, got the blurb, got the glamour shot, and then you got that big cross sell. We're going to have to do 3 videos for Classic Superstars Series 6. Warnings, UPCs down below. Let's see what it says about Animal. Debuted 1982, 285 pounds, 6'2". Finishing move, the old Doomsday device. WWE Tag Team Champion is his titles, among many other tag titles, of course. And his favorite quote, "What a rush." Not so much, not so much. That's more Hawk. That's more Hawk's thing, but sure. Okay. Very, very interesting. But once again, we do get the tag team title with this one. We do get the spikes. We get all that fun stuff. I'm going to put this off to the side like so, and through the magic of YouTube, bam, there it is. There's Animal right here in hand. Once again, you can remove the shoulder spikes, get the most out of your mold. Same shoulder spikes, of course. Makes all the sense in the world. Same thing with Hawk. You give me this head, I know who this is all day long. It's Animal. I love the blue and red and black and the face paint. Just a mean, mean looking dude, old Animal. Animal the powerhouse. Hawk a big dude too, but always was like the high flyer of the group, even though he's just an absolute giant as well. But very, very good. Animal a little bit stockier as he should be. A little bit bigger, especially in the midsection and stuff. Just a fabulous, fabulous looking figure. Same articulation throughout. Just like on Hawk, you got Legion of Doom right there on the belt. Of course, you do get the side here with this little graphic. I don't even know what that is on the side. It's just kind of a design, I guess. Black tights, blue boots. It is Animal for sure. I love the rat tail, the rat tail mohawk. Man, that's taking it to another level. It takes a lot of a willpower to give yourself a mohawk, but then to give it a rat tail on top of things, man, you're in it. You're in it to win it, and that's exactly what Hawk and Animal were. They didn't mess around for many, many years, and some of the most fondest wrestling memories are for me watching the Legion of Doom, watching the Road Warriors. I remember seeing as a little kid one of their first, it might have been the second or third appearance in the WWE, and it wasn't on TV at the time. This is because they taped a head back in the day, and just falling out of my chair live, hearing, I couldn't believe what I was seeing as a kid. I mean, it gives me goosebumps to this day that the LOD were finally in the WWF. I couldn't believe it. The Road Warriors had transitioned over. It just seemed like something that would never happen, much like Ric Flair when he ended up coming over there. But exciting times for young Kyle in the live wrestling show arena, and the LOD was a great time for me as well. And speaking of time that is great, and speaking of great times, how about my times in gangs? Oh, I was in gangs for many years. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I dreamed about that. But I did know all about the one-man gang, so that's close enough. I'm sure that's owning a one-man gang figure is just like living that gang life, I'm sure. I've seen enough gang things. Sure, why not? But the one-man gang, got to take a look at him. Old George Gray, I believe is his name, later transitioned to Akeem as well, and honestly, one of the nicest guys in wrestling. I've talked to him a couple of times in my life, whatever you want to call it. Just a very, very friendly guy and doesn't get his just deserves, and he's not a guy that really pats himself on the back or really pushes himself. He just seems like a very good guy that's just kind of happy to be around, where I think he could get his IPs out there a little bit more. I believe he was part of that concussion lawsuit with the WWE. That's what's hindered us from getting figures from him, which is really disappointing, because we need a Mattel Elite one-man gang. It was on the books at one time, got canceled, and all that went down. Akeem is one that would be perfect for the Greatest Hits line. I know long-term collectors don't want that re-release because that is a pricey figure, but we need some more Akeem stuff. They can improve, do some things like that. Enough to be dangerous, enough to really feel different, but a one-man gang would be the first one I would want, as I don't know which one's his most iconic one. Most people would say one-man gang, but I think people of my age probably think Akeem. I actually enjoyed both gimmicks. Both were really good. I liked it when he went back to the one-man gang. He went to ECW, WCW after his Akeem run. I'm just all in on any one-man gang figures, including Classic Superstars Series 6 one-man gang. A very, very cool figure here. But there he is, big, big, super heavyweight torso, of course, once again, much like Yokozuna. I don't know. That's the thing. They should have kept this just for Yokozuna, and like I always say, make one mold that's just a hair smaller for guys like this, and Bastion Booger, and some of those other guys. They were big, but they weren't quite Yokozuna big, so is what it is. He does come with this famed blue chair right out of the 80s. That's what it looks like there. Almost reminds me of the blue steel cage back in the day. But you got one-man gang there. On the side, one-man gang. And there he is right there. And on the back, one-man gang. Got that big mohawk like a young animal in this line, of course. Got the blurb, got the cross-sell, UPCs, warnings, all that fun stuff. Let's see what it says about our old buddy one-man gang. Debuted 1983, 330 pounds. I mean, he looked a lot bigger than 330. Finishing move, the old 747 splash. Titles, WCW Heavyweight Champion, WWC Hardcore title. And the gang could definitely get hardcore if he needed to. We've seen that, especially back in the Mid-South days, things like that, even going into ECW. He wasn't a guy shy to bleed, that is for sure. But there's the old gang. Put him off to the side, and bam, through the magic of YouTube, we got the gang right here. Big, big body. Like I said, just a hair big here, I thought. But a little bit of a plain Jane figures. You just basically got an all-black shirt, black pants. You do get a little white racing stripe down the side. The head is the star of the show on this one. Beautiful mohawk. I love that they put both tattoos on the side of his head. That's one of those things that you can see Jax or a company maybe looking over, especially back in this era. But they put him on there. Got the old skull and crossbones on the shirt as well. But besides that, not a lot to write home about. One of the big misses for this figure is, much like their Akeem figure in the line, which we'll get to eventually as well, there was a big miss as he should have had a denim vest, because we all know denim and leather brought us all together like a young Saxon, but it was you, yeah, you over there, that set our spirit free, as we all know. But a denim vest would have looked great on this. I should go to one of those soft good companies, get one made, put this on here, really bring this one home. Could have used a chain too. A chain wouldn't have hurt for an accessory. We know we saw one with Zeus. They could have used that one, the Junkyard Dog chain, something like that. So it was lacking in some accessories that it definitely could have had, but still a fabulous figure. One I hope we get ran back via Mattel, Jazzware. Somebody needs to make us some modern day one-man gang figures. I'd be here for it all day long. But would you? You got to let me know in the comments down below. Would you be a game for a one-man gang figure in this day and age? And I know everybody. There's nobody that wouldn't want another LOD figure, Road Warriors figure. Everybody wants those. So hopefully sooner than later we get some Road Warriors in our collection, because it seems to be long, long overdue at this point. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, follow along on Patreon where you can get this video months early, plus plenty other videos, exclusive content, bonus content, monthly giveaways. It's all over there. And best of all, you do good to support the channel. Also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson. And you can also keep in touch with me over at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson over on Instagram. So for the LOD, the Road Warriors, and the one-man gang, I am Kyle. And I'll see you guys all real soon.